Have you heard? What? He's growing us as no-dig potatoes this year. No-dig? How's that work? Why, he doesn't use a spade? Nah.
Hello, you join me on the plot today on a lovely evening in spring, and it's just gorgeous tonight. I can hear the birds singing, it's so relaxing. And I thought today would be the perfect day to start my no-dig potatoes. Whether you follow the no-dig method or not, the idea of doing no-dig potatoes seems a bit odd, because surely you have to get your fork down to get all the potatoes out of the soil and stuff. And I'm not quite sure myself how it's going to work this year. I'm going to see. I tried it last year, and I did, what I did was I planted the potatoes in and then covered them over with manure as I went. I didn't really get a great crop, but then that might be because the soil was it wasn't as well fed as it is now. It was a really hot summer. I maybe wasn't watering them as much as I could. There could be so many things involved. So I'm going to try them again and see what we get from them. But what I'm going to do differently this time is I'm literally just going to dib some holes and pop the potatoes in, cover that over and leave them.
Although I'm following the no-dig method with my potatoes this year, I am still spacing them 30 centimetres apart with 60 centimetres between the rows. These are my first early rocket potatoes, and they should be ready between June and July. I've also seen people grow no-dig potatoes under straw and under black fabric. Are you trying any of these this year? Let me know in the comments below. I have also titted, I love that word, it sounds so dodgy, but I've titted my potatoes, so that's where you pop them on a windowsill and leave them out in a light area to grow sprouts. This just speeds them on a bit, so when they go into the soil they start growing immediately. You don't have to do this, so any new gardeners, you can just pop them in the ground as it is. It just means that they'll take a little bit longer to grow. Of course, I thought I had it all under control, and then disaster.
I'm running out of space. I don't know where to put the other potatoes, honestly. I've got probably about 25 and I've managed to fit 15 into this plot here, so I'm gonna have to find some space for the other 10.
As I frantically found spaces for the other potatoes, I quickly popped them in the soil. I was then done and ready to have a cup of tea.
Back in January, I planted some really early potatoes. So I did Anya potatoes in a pot. So this is when it was quite cold, and they are starting to come up now. It's really exciting. So all the little sprouts are coming up. What I did, which I probably shouldn't have done, is that I didn't earth them up. So I didn't put the potatoes in the bottom and just cover them up and then gradually keep covering them as time went on. I chucked a whole load of soil over the top, and they were coming up now. But someone said to me that they'll come up, but they might be a little bit smaller than I was expecting. So we'll see what happens as we move into May, because I think they'll hopefully be ready by about May, June time. I'm really trying not to dig the soil as much as possible. I've seen so many benefits from just layering mulch over the top of my beds and leaving that than I was otherwise when I was digging over the really heavy clay. So I really want to carry on doing that and just make sure that my buds are really rich and healthy. That's not to say that anyone who does dig doesn't have a healthy bed or healthy soil. It's just that this works for me really well, and and I'm sure whatever you do, it works well for you too. But I think it'll be interesting to see the progress of this experiment nonetheless. Thanks for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget you can give me a like by hitting the thumbs up below, and also you can subscribe by clicking here to join me on my journey as I learn to be more self-sufficient. I hope whatever you're doing this week that you get some time in the garden, because it's so soothing for the soul, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.